Now we'll teach you the frog. Review the instructions on how to make dimensional pieces under the basic tutorial. The frog is done the same way with one exception, and that's the eyes. You will do the same thing, put a Xerox copy on 2 pieces of fabric with batting, but to make the eyelid, take another piece of fabric, fold it wrong sides together, place it between the 2 pieces of fabric so that the fold lines up with this design line. Do that with both sides. And when you sew around on the solid line, cut on the dashed line, which will just be down the middle. And don't sew on these solid lines, just sew on the outside solid line. And then when you turn it, you will have a little eyelid like that. Now we've placed our number 1 fabric to cover this area, number 1, placed on the unprinted side of the paper pattern, right side away, because it's number 1. Now we've needed to locate where the feet are for the frog, and so on the printed side we've basted just where the feet come into the seam, and that's transferred the location to the unprinted side. Then you take your dimensional feet and you place them so that the open edge or the raw edge is 1/4 of an inch past that basting. We're going to pin that to hold, and then we're going to foundation piece number 2 and number 3. Now in adding 2 and 3, we've enclosed the raw edges of the froggy feet. Next we need to add the lining and the tongue. And in order to locate where we're going to place that, we're going to baste just where the tongue meets the seam between 3 and 4. And this has been done, and here it's transferred the location to this side. Then we're going to place the lining and the tongue. And we'll pin that so it won't move. And it's 1/4 of an inch above that basting. And then we'll foundation piece the corner. Here we've cut a corner piece, and we're going to place it right side down against the top of the lining. And we're going to turn it over and sew this whole length. With the top of the lining enclosed, and these pieces that we've previously made, now this was sewn all the way around, slid in the back. To turn it, we'd hand close that. We would place that and the hands behind the lining. Pick up the lining, place the hands under, and then I would blind stitch or sew around this outside, reinforcing the corners of the pocket. And the top of the head is placed over the mouth, and then the raw edges of the 2 eyes are placed underneath the head so that the lids are on top. And you would sew from this corner around to this corner, reinforcing these edges. And of course then the little buttons are added, and then cut on the dashed line to square him, and he's done.